thanks for joining me. Today we are focusing on the deadlift. For our strength piece, it'll be the Sumo deadlift. But before we get into that, we're going to quickly get warm, we'll prep ourselves so we're ready for our strength piece, and then we'll come back to it.
Hey, thanks for joining me for today's warm-up. First up, we're going to start with our good mornings. So you can use an empty barbell or dumbbells. If you don't have either hanging around, that's fine. We can just use our hands. I'm going to jump onto my barbell to start with. I'm going to pop that onto my back. And I'm going to drop down into my good mornings. Here we go. We've got 8 reps. Make sure your back is nice and tight, keeping that chest up. All right. Next we have either kipping swings or our bent over rows. Okay, so same position with our knees, unlocking our knees, and then hands coming out front, pulling that barbell into our chest. If you did have access to a bar, we're going to go into those kipping swings. Next we have our V-ups or our tuck-ups. Tuck-ups are just tucking our knees, coming back to that full extension. And then back onto our barbell or dumbbells, we have 8 Romanian deadlifts. Alright, we're going to work through that for another round. I'm going to change it up and use my dumbbells now, but by all means you can stay onto the barbell if you wish. So I'm going to pop my dumbbells on my shoulders. I have 8 good mornings. Into my bent over rows. Eight tuck jumps, 8 V-ups or tuck-ups. And then back into 8 Romanian deadlifts. Remember, with the Romanian deadlifts, you don't have to go to the ground. We're getting that stretch through our hamstrings, focusing on a nice tight back. Go through it again. We have our good mornings. bent over rows, 8 reps. Eight V-ups or tuck-ups. And then we're finishing off on our Romanian deadlifts. That's our warm up for today. Back to you, Mounts.
So for this strength piece, guys, remember we are focusing on the sumo deadlift, not a traditional deadlift. So we've got a wider stance with your hand grip inside of your knees. Now, if you don't have a barbell at home for our dumbbells, we are essentially doubling the reps here. So you're going 16, 12, 8, then again 16, 12, 8, working on that same scheme of getting heavier every time. Now, if you don't have heavier dumbbells to work up to, then we're going to work on a tempo instead. Okay, so counting 2 seconds down on the eccentric, pausing down the bottom, and then 2 seconds back up again. Trust me, for 16 reps of 2 seconds down, 2 seconds up, that gets really tough. Limit your rest then, only a minute or so to catch your breath. Go in for the 12, go in for the 8. You'll feel like you've worked. Alright guys, now that you've done your strength, let's chat about the workout today. It is 12, 10, 8 of deadlifts and toes to bar. Now you've got a minute and a half rest after each set. So how that works is you're going to do your 12 deadlifts, go straight into your 12 toes to bar, and then rest a minute and a half. Watch the clock straight away, minute and a half rest. As soon as that's done, you're going straight into your 10 deadlifts, 10 toes to bar, minute and a half rest, finally finishing on 8 of each. Okay, now when we do intense work followed by a rest, especially for 3 rounds like that is, don't go too hot out of the gate, okay? Don't attack that first set of 12 with everything you've got, because then you will not feel so great. You'll die in the ass for your set of 10 and the 8, okay? Attack that 12 moderately fast, aiming to go faster again for the 10 and faster again for the 8. All right, guys, this should be a fun one. I love it when we get to rest. It makes it so much more harder. So let's get at this. Make sure you log your scores in Sugarwater as well. Have fun.